close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways.
I would get myself out this mess. If I could, I would.
Hey, what's happening everyone? Good morning, good Sunday. Hope you guys are enjoying your day, or I hope you guys enjoy your day. So for today's video, we are doing a full defense showcase of my new terrains or new bases as a full guide. And as I said in the beginning, this is basically covering part 1, which is terrain 21, and mainly this base and layout that you see in front of you. So this base is very short, very simple. However, the way the rooms flow into each other and how I created separation rooms makes it really good, especially for trying to kill your enemy support units. And the key thing about this base is, if you are an enemy attacking with support units, they are more than likely to fly into different rooms, whether it's Sasuke Final Valley's room or Naruto the Last room. When your enemy support units fly into certain rooms without the main being there, it can create a lot of trouble for a main who's entering a room that their support units have already been in, as they could maybe enter a room where your Shinobi has already altered their support units, and now they enter the room. Then your Shinobi can just jump into the EX straight away. Or the mere fact that your enemy supportive units were in certain rooms, your defenders are now awake and ready to get into the jutsu much faster, whereas allowing the enemy to sneak into the room and get the first hit or the first EX in. So again, it just makes things more complicated for your enemies. Then some other important factors is, number 1, your trap layout, like where are you placing your air traps, your magnet traps, etc. That's very important, but obviously I can't show all that because I still want to keep some stuff private. Then your installations and where you are using them, what Shinobi works best with certain installations, right? What Shinobi you are using in particular rooms, and why you are pairing certain Shinobi together. There has to be a reason behind that. So I'll walk you through the ideas of why I have certain Shinobi in certain rooms with installations and pairing, etc. So first and foremost, we have Naruto Final Valley in the water pad. I have him equipped with his old 4-star shuriken, and that's going to help him in the water pad because he has a higher chance of pre-casting or insta-casting a jutsu, whereas some Shinobi, the enemy has to be within closer range for them to use the jutsu and get into action. So that's why he's very good for the water pad. If we look at my Sasuke, my Wandering Sasuke room, a Wandering Sasuke as a whole is not meant to kill. He's not a very strong character. He can't kill with 1 or 2 hits, right? So he needs some help or some support. So whether you're going to pair him up with someone, or I would recommend using the huge CD increase installation, which will increase your enemy's cooldown times, which could, number 1, distract them, and then secondly, make it harder for them to use jutsu. And the reason why I have a Wandering Sasuke in this particular room, or why I like him in this room, the way they made Wandering Sasuke's kit, it's more so made to trap you and then either paralyze you or drain your CP, but keep you in his lumber break loop. So if I have a installation on the opposite side, and let's say you land in front of Wandering Sasuke on the right hand side, it makes it harder for you to walk straight ahead to the installation and try and break that, because there's a boulder in the middle. So the room is not an open room. You have to kind of maneuver your way out to the sides if you want to run away or try to head into a different direction. And because his limit break keeps you in a loops and kind of traps you, not having an open room just works well with Wandering Sasuke, if that makes sense. And you'll notice that the room before Wandering Sasuke, it is a separation room, and that's to negate or try to prevent the enemies from getting in the first hit or being sneaky about entering the room, right? With separation and increasing the possibility of enemies flying into the room, it just increases your overall chances in trying to kill your enemy or at least stall for time, etc. Then we have our separation room, which leads us into Sasuke Final Valley's room. If you look at the room, we have the negate installation, which drops all your enemies' buffs, including damage nullification, evasion, etc. So it makes it much easier for me to kill enemies, especially those that fly into this room. The reason why I'm using Sasuke Final Valley and barrier mode in this particular room is that the room is open. There's no boulder in the middle. It's a free open room so that you can place them in the middle or closer to the middle. And because they both have long range type moves, or at least barrier mode with his old limit break, he has a higher chance of insta casting his old limit break barrier mode as opposed to him running. Because Sasuke Final Valley is more so in the middle, he is a really good outfield killer, so you also want him to sort of get into his limit break as fast as possible. And again, because he's in the center, there's a higher possibility of him casting his jutsu as he's closer to all sides of the room, if that makes sense. So that's why they work very well together. And then we have our third separation room filled with air traps, magnet traps in vital spots to send your enemy supportive or the main themselves into different rooms. So that's very important, especially with the blue water pad. If you guys know what I mean, you guys know what I mean. And then we have our revive room with Naruto the Lost paired with Minato. For revive, I would always recommend a Shinobi who has damage nullification, as it could aid in stalling and in potential killing, right? The reason why I have him paired with alive Minato is alive Minato has evasion strip on his first jutsu, which is his limit break, and I have that at +3, so it's strong enough. But then also to aid Naruto the Lost, as if you want to use him for defense, you can't have his limit break, which has evasion strip first, as if you have his limit break first, he will run and throw a normal punch and not cast a jutsu. So what you need to do is put his Rasen Shuriken first and then his limit break second, and his Rasen Shuriken does not have evasion strip, so by me having a unit who can strip evasion on their first jutsu, it then makes for a good combination. Now for my final room, I've made multiple videos and showcases of it. I specifically chose this final room to counter Naruto the Lost. That's my priority, which means it could be weaker against other units, and I'm okay with that. The majority of players that enter and lose against my final four is Naruto the Lost, and that's what I want, because that's the main and the best attacker at the moment. So that's my choice, and it's been doing really well. And again, I've made multiple showcases on it, and I'll add some more replays in here. So that's overall my base. I hope you guys enjoyed the explanation and got some good ideas from it. We'll now head into our Shinobi builds and then the replays and the results of the base. So for the water pad, we have Naruto Final Valley with his 4-star Shuriken in, and that's to help him insta-cast at the beginning. No matter what jutsu order you have it in, he will normally always pre-cast his 4-star first, which is again what we want. And then we have his new limit break and old limit break first and second, as we want him to spam those two moves more frequently after his first Rasen Shuriken. His build is not too crazy. I think everyone can sort of manage this. Just enough HP and defense to tank enough damage and to then stay alive with the needed resistances. For his follow-up, we have him bundled with Boruto vs Momoshiki, and that's going to provide a extra set of immunity. As he does cast his Rasen Shuriken first, he will then get a follow-up which has immunity at the beginning. And then we have Wandering Sasuke with his new limit break, his new 4-star, and his old limit break. This is the best combo for him. If you don't have his old limit break, I would suggest his old iframe Susanoo. That's also good enough. For his build, as I previously said, he's not meant to deal a huge amount of damage, so I think 55 to 60k attack is great, with higher HP and a decent amount of defense, so that he can stay alive and hopefully EX and just stay in the battle. And again, you don't want to aim for too much attack and sacrifice too much health, because it's not going to kill the enemy off 1 or 2 hits. So bold your Shinobi according to the way the kit's made, if that makes sense. For his bond, we have Kid Naruto to provide that evasion that he doesn't have, and also adds to his knockback cycle and fits his skill overall very well. Then for Barrier mode, I went back to his old combo, which is in first and second, his old lump break and his old 4-star punch that does the most amount of damage. And then the only difference is in third, we have his new lump break and with his new EX. This fits really well, and he also has no immunity, so he has a higher chance of using his EX ultimate. Now, because he casts his first 2 jutsu first and second, he doesn't really use his evasion strip lump break. So that's why we kind of paired him with Sasuke Final Valley, as well as he has evasion strip and with the negate statue. So again, this works overall very well. As for his build, the same principle as Warning Sasuke, we are trying to combine high attack and high HP so that he can stay alive and also kill with the needed resistances, of course. Again, trying to find that combo between trying to kill the enemy but also staying alive. That's the goal with him as well. Then for Sasuke Final Value, we all should know by now, this is the best jutsu order for him. New lump break, new 4-star, old lump break. In terms of his build, he is a attack type, so we want to boost attack as much as possible. HP wise, for attack types, I recommend having between 250 to 300k plus. Because attack types naturally have lower defense, I would suggest getting 60k and above. If you have 70k, that's great. Again, for my Shinobi like Warning Sasuke and Sasuke Final Valley, they don't really need 130% seal. 100% does fine. For his follow-up, we have Itachi V1, as his follow-up is fast and effective. It pulls enemies in with a speed buff, so it works well with his combo and not letting enemies escape. Okay, then we have Alive Minato with his new kit, his new lump break for that evasion strip, his 4-star for that iframe / follow-up, really good. I don't have any of his personal tools, so we're trying to do the best and get the best of both worlds. High enough HP to stay alive, tank enough damage, high enough attack to kill with a decent amount of defense. But again, his goal is to stay alive and support Naruto the last with his evasion strip and attack follow-ups, etc. For his bond, we have Naruto in 20th, just to provide that extra set of evasion strip. For the revive pad, we have Naruto the last, and as I said, whenever you are using him for defense, he should have his Rising Shuriken first, as if you have his lump break in first, he will run and punch and not use a jutsu, and that's not what we want. So his Rising Shuriken first, in second his lump break, and then in third his clone. For his follow-up, we have Sasuke the last. That works really well, fast and effective. So we have our final 4, and again it's mainly aimed to counter Naruto the last. First being Mr. Kawaki with his new lump break first, and then in second and only his old punch. It deals more damage, it's fast but short, and it deals more CP damage. For his build, we have a balanced amount of attack and HP with the needed resistances. Because he's in final 4, he shouldn't need 130% anti-paralysis. If you can, that's great. For his bond, we have Barrier mode, again for that extra CP steal, that extra damage, and helps pull enemies in for better crowd control. For KOM Naruto, he's 4-star first to help instacast with his new lump break Oni. I wish I had his new EX for damage nullification, but I don't. Bold wise, his role is to stay alive, support the team with his iframes, etc. So high HP defense with a decent amount of attack. For his follow-up, I have Sasuke vs Jigen, and the reason why I have him over the Fireball is I feel like his follow-up has a longer range, whereas the Fireball you need to be within a certain distance for it to land, whereas this would just appear where the enemy is. So, and it leaves a damage area while also draining CP, so it kind of does both, but with better range than Sasuke in 20th Fireball, etc. And then we have Sasuke the last with all 3 jutsu. As I previously said in my last Final 4 video, I was just testing out having him having 2 jutsu, but I prefer him having all 3. In terms of his build, we have him balanced with high HP, attack and defense so that he can stay alive, hopefully ult and kill still. He does have the ability to cause paralysis, which is very important as well. For his follow-up, we have Shika assist. and that's to provide extra team immunity, and for himself, as his third move only gives Sasuke the loss immunity, right? And again, it's also important as 8-star units and lumber breaks at +3 can strip immunity within like 1 or 2 hits. So again, this can come in handy. Then last but not least, we have Naruto Light. He only needs his new lumber break and his new 4-star. I don't like having a third move for him, and I've shown many showcases with him not having his third move. For his build, I would prefer having 140% confusion. I just don't have resistances right now, but at least at the bare minimum 130%. Build wise, a good amount of HP to survive, tank damage, and a good amount of attack to kill. I don't have his 2 personal tools, which provide 6.4k attack, so I think this is a good overall build with high defense as well. Obviously he has no follow-up. So now we'll get into the replays of each of the rooms. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the video and enjoy the show.
型をつける。楽にしてやる。型をつける。これはどうする。己の無力さを呪うがいい。
すんじゃねえぞ。はい。離すんじゃねえぞ。離すんじゃねえぞ。離すんじゃねえぞ。はい。離すんじゃねえぞ。はい。終わってねえってばよ。これでどうなってばよ。 じゃねえぞ。離すんじゃねえぞ。離すんじゃねえぞ。離すんじゃねえぞ。折り抜く。俺は負けねえ。ぶっ潰してやったよ。ぶっ潰して俺は負けねえ。どうなってばよ。手裏剣。手裏剣。離すんじゃねえぞ。離すんじゃねえぞ。離すんじゃねえぞ。第7班食ってばよ。どうなってばよ。どうなってばよ。
Know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working.